What's up, Cowboys Nation? Before we dive into today's exclusive, I just want to take a second and ask you, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. This channel is all about bringing you the latest, most in-depth updates on our Dallas Cowboys, and trust me, you're going to want to stay locked in all season long. Now let's get into it. The Dallas Cowboys are working harder than ever to perfect their game. From the front office to the practice field, there's a noticeable energy, a drive to make this season different. A drive to not just make the playoffs, but to finally break through and bring home that 6th Lombardi trophy. That energy? You can feel it, and nowhere is it more obvious than in the connection developing between two of our most exciting offensive weapons, CeeDee Lamb and new wide receiver George Pickens. Now, I've got to tell you, this isn't just hype. This is real. Let's start with what CeeDee himself had to say about his new teammate. When asked what makes Pickens so special, Lamb didn't hold back. "Man, we complement each other very well," he said. "He's a tall figure. His ability to go up and get the ball at the highest point is amazing." And that's not just lip service. George Pickens is a contested catch machine, one of the best in the NFL when it comes to winning those 50-50 balls, especially deep down the field. That's a skill that's going to pay off huge in Brian Schottenheimer's offense. Because while CeeDee does his best work in the slot, creating separation, finding the soft spots in the defense, Pickens demands attention outside the numbers. That means defenses won't be able to double Lamb the way they did last year. If they do, Pickens is going to make them pay. But don't get it twisted. Pickens isn't just a deep threat. Anything as far as running routes, it's pretty good, Lamb added. And maybe the most encouraging thing? There's no ego here. None? Shortly after the trade, Lamb made it clear there's no true WR1 on this team. He sees himself and Pickens as co-ones, working side by side to make this offense hum. That's the type of maturity you want from your stars. And here's something not a lot of people know. These two go way back. During Pickens' NFL draft prep, Lamb actually worked out with him and gave him pointers on how to navigate his rookie year. Lamb shared, "I was giving him the little things that I learned as far as my first year in the league and just passed him what I could while I could. It's crazy how things come full circle. Now they're teammates. Now they're lining up together every Sunday. And the chemistry? You can already feel it building. And let's be honest, this could be the duo that finally gives Dak Prescott the weapons he needs to make a serious run." One of the criticisms last season was that the offense got too one-dimensional. Defenses knew where the ball was going. But with Pickens stretching the field, Lamb feasting underneath, and guys like Jake Ferguson and Jalen Tolbert stepping up, suddenly this attack looks a whole lot more dynamic. But let's shift gears for a second. Because while the offense is getting all the attention, there's still one glaring question on the defensive side of the ball. What's going on at cornerback? Ever since the Cowboys pulled off that surprising trade for George Pickens, fans have been wondering, are we going to see more bold moves from the front office? That question got even louder when rumors started swirling about a possible trade for all-pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, that Jalen Ramsey, the guy who could instantly solidify our secondary while Trevon Diggs continues his recovery, but just as fast as those rumors took off, they got shut down. Brian Broaddus, a trusted Cowboys insider and former team scout, took to Twitter and poured cold water on the speculation. Hearing late last night that the Jalen Ramsey news was not accurate, according to a couple of folks. "I got to talk to," Broaddus wrote. "Don't think I was getting steered the wrong way. And look, we get it." The Cowboys aren't exactly known for blockbuster trades, especially when there's big contracts involved. Ramsey is locked up through 2028, and after already giving up a third-rounder to get Pickens, the idea of moving more draft capital doesn't quite fit the Cowboys' typical approach. But here's the thing. That Pickens move? That wasn't typical. And that's why the fan base isn't just brushing off these rumors. Because the Cowboys have already shown they're willing to break character when the situation demands it, let's talk need for a second. Trevon Diggs likely won't be ready for the start of the season. Third-round rookie Shaven Revel Jr., he won't even suit up until camp is halfway over. That leaves us with newcomer Kaiir Elam and second-year man Kalen Carson, who's also rehabbing from an injury. Are the Cowboys really comfortable going into Week 1 with that much uncertainty at corner? Because we know what's coming Week 1. It's the Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champs, with A.J. Brown, with Devonta Smith, with Jalen Hurts. And while the offense might be loaded with Lamb and Pickens, if you can't cover on the back end, it's going to be a long night. So here's the million-dollar question. Will the Cowboys roll the dice and make another move? Maybe it's not Jalen Ramsey. Maybe it's another veteran corner who becomes available after June 1st cuts. But either way, if they want to be taken seriously as contenders in 2025, they've got to shore up that secondary. Look, y'all, this season is full of potential. You've got Dak Prescott playing for a new contract. You've got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens forming one of the most exciting duos in the league. And you've got a front office that for once seems willing to go all in. But football is a three-phase game. Offense, check defense, still needs help. Special teams, looking solid. So the question is, will the Cowboys make one more splash before the season kicks off? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. This team is going to be fun to watch, and if Lamb and Pickens keep building that chemistry, they could turn into the best WR tandem we've had in decades. Just 3 years ago, Javonte Williams was one of the most exciting young backs in the NFL. Drafted in the second round by the Denver Broncos in 2021, he quickly made a name for himself as a hard-nosed, tackle-breaking beast who refused to go down on first contact. But then came a brutal knee injury. Torn ACL, LCL, and other structural damage that cast serious doubt over his future in the league. Fast forward to today, and folks, Javonte Williams is back. He's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's rocking that star on his helmet. In a recent interview with DallasCowboys.com staff writer Tommy Yarish, Williams didn't hesitate to let us know how far he's come. "I feel completely like myself," Williams said. "I probably can get more flexible and things like that, but as far as healing up, that I feel like is done. And if you've seen the off-season workouts, you know exactly what he's talking about. The burst, it's there. The lateral quickness, it's back. But more importantly, the confidence is shining through again. That's huge for any player coming off a major injury. The Cowboys aren't just getting a body in the backfield. They're getting a hungry, rebuilt version of a guy who used to truck defenders for fun. Let's be honest, Dallas needed this." After parting ways with Tony Pollard and giving Rico Dowdle the starting nod in 2024, there was a major gap in the backfield. We had speed. We had some shiftiness. But what we didn't have was that bruiser, that power back who can handle inside zone runs, convert short yardage downs, and keep defenses honest. Javonte can be that guy. At just 24 years old, he still has time on his side. And the Cowboys are betting on his upside, hoping that he can return to at least 85–90% of the player he was pre-injury. If he does that, this backfield goes from serviceable to scary, but it doesn't stop with his running. This man can catch, too. In every healthy season of his career, Williams has caught over 43 passes. He's a reliable check-down target, and that's music to Dak Prescott's ears, especially when defenses are focused on Lamb and Pickens downfield. Having a back like Javonte that you can swing it to on 2nd and 8 and pick up 6, that's the kind of option that keeps the chains moving, and here's where it gets really interesting. The Cowboys don't need to overload Williams right out of the gate. Why? Because behind him is a mix of young fire and raw power. Rookie Jaden Blue brings electric speed, and fellow rookie Phil Maffa is built like a linebacker playing running back. Together, this group offers a ton of versatility. It means Schottenheimer. And McCarthy can ease Javonte into a full workload while still attacking defenses in multiple ways. And let's be clear, Williams wants the load. He's hungry. This isn't just another season for him. This is redemption. This is a chance to show the NFL that he's still one of the most physical runners in football. It's his chance to silence the doubters, to prove that the rehab wasn't just about walking again, but about running through people again. And for the Cowboys, this could be the missing piece. We already know what this offense can do through the air. CeeDee Lamb is elite. George Pickens is a deep ball magnet. Dak is locked in and playing for a new contract. Add in a rejuvenated run game, and suddenly, this offense becomes unpredictable, balanced, and dangerous. Remember how frustrating it was watching Dallas stall in the red zone last year? That's what happens when you don't have a punishing back who can bulldoze his way from the 5-yard line. Now, with Williams in the mix, that narrative can flip completely. The Cowboys can control the clock. They can wear down defenses. They can finish drives. And if this offense starts finishing drives, this team goes from playoff contender to Super Bowl threat. All right, Cowboys Nation, now I want to hear from you. Do you think George Pickens is the missing piece for this offense? And should the Cowboys go all in and make a move at cornerback? Maybe it's Ramsey. Maybe it's someone else. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a drop of Cowboys news. We've got a wild season ahead, and you won't want to miss a second of it. Thanks for watching, and as always, how about them Cowboys?